holy shit, but if I just spend a quid, it really won't matter.
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, Ray here, back from their Transformers Transformation Review thingy. Lots of lovely things to show you tonight. I got some nice things in the post today. You know, stuff I didn't even know I wanted. You know, it's this whole universe line, and it just keeps throwing up interesting things. And I love the way that universes work. And I'll get on to that in a minute. Anyway, a little bit of housekeeping. Is there housekeeping? Well, not especially. People want to know the name of the song. I'm not going to say anything yet about the name of the song. I've given you enough information already. I can't tell you the name. I won't tell you the name of the song. Somebody might die. I don't know. You know how. I don't know. Shit happens. But today, the music's going good. So there's more writing and stuff to do, and other stuff. There might be more interesting stuff to tell you soon. It's all good. It's nice. It's nice. Back to bots. Hope you're going to auto assembly. I can't fucking wait. I've been talking to George about auto assembly. He just got himself an Octopunch. I didn't know I wanted Octopunch. This is, of course, the Botcom one. I didn't know I wanted an Octopunch until I had a proper look at that gallery. Yeah, it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing you got. Sea Spray was already fantastic, and then he had the repaint, which is kind of a green repaint. I can't remember what it was called. It was called Backwipe or something like that. And then I heard there was going to be an Octopunch repaint. I thought, Octopunch, yes! Oh, God, yes. And everything was great apart from the face. Because they didn't even change the face or anything like that. But then I had another look at Octopunch and he had this big, diver's helmet. And I thought that, okay, imagine they put this big old-fashioned bell jar diver's helmet on a bot now. How good would it look? Not very good at all. Yeah, it looks bloody good. George done a nice thing. I want it now. Of course I want it now. Of course I want it now. Where was I? So, I got myself a Universe Heavy Load today. I have the Quick Mix from the Cybertron. Love Quick Mix. Love Cybertron. Loves this guy's from Cybertron. So, Quick Mix is from the Gigantian planet. Giganticon. Gigantic planet anyway. You know, the one that Metroplex is the leader of. Where they've all got kind of their accent wanders around the British Isles a wee bit. It's kind of Scottish or Irish or I don't know what it is. It's some kind of shit anyway. So you had the Quick Mix, and he is this lovely, this a nice big cement mixer with just lots of good stuff. He's got a Target Master. He does have a Target Master. He has a Target Master. His Minicon has an alt mode, a bot mode, and a Target Master mode. It's so cool. It's great. He does all kinds of lovely things. So I've always wanted it. I've always had it actually ever since it's been out. And then, of course, this is Heavy Load. This is Menassaur's Minicon. You know who Menassaur is. He is also from the Gigantic planet, the planet of Gigantian. And you see his colours here. He's kind of yellow and kind of some kind of very dark brown and this odd greeny thing. Now, Heavy Load got all grown up and they made him into a real boy for Universe. And there he is there. And I love this bot. This is what I like about Universe. Universe takes some classic characters, doesn't it? And it gives us just new versions of them. Of course, we have the likes of the Sea Spray and the Pyroglide. They've all been updated. But then it does this other funky thing. It takes Minicons and it takes Micromasters and it makes them into real boys, real big bots. I like that. That's exciting. Now, the way you should display this Heavy Load is by having that little Heavy Load in front of him. Maybe in a case with a Menassaur too, it would be so complete. Everything would be nice. You know, the world would be in its place. Everything would be right with the world. So today's lesson, we're going to refer to the Bible. Of course, I have no shame in calling it that. This is the work of fiction that I like to refer to. Transformers Identification and Price Guide. We are on page 132, and you already know it's Punch Counterpunch. Punch Counterpunch has had one other iteration to my knowledge, and that's the Botcom one, which is the wonderful Sideswipe Sunstreaker repaint. It's a nice thing to have. I just want them to stick it out there into the shops because we'd all buy one. But of course, we have to believe, don't we, that they're just really concerned about their fans, the members owning something authentic. Maybe. I could be convinced, but I'm a little skeptical. Punch Counterpunch. Now, of course, what's wonderful about him? He has an alt mode and two bot modes. An alt mode, which is quite a dull looking car. Apparently, it's a Pontiac Fiero. Sounds really sexy, but it looks like a fucking Nissan. It really does. So I like to diss Nissan, you know. I like to think that the byline of a Nissan is something like because it's time to stop caring, or something like that. You know what a Nissan like? The car in front is a Nissan. So he's got an Autobot mode and a Decepticon mode. Now you can imagine this guy's bio. I'd be here all day doing that. He's got an Autobot mode and a Decepticon mode, so he's got a split personality. Anybody, he's dysfunctional. He's a little something or other, bisexual, and it would be a litany of this kind of stuff all day. It would be laughing, and I don't want to diss the man because he's obviously mentally ill. So a little bit of BG, not enough to do you any harm for this guy because a little is quite enough. He is a double agent, and he says, "In my business, there are no friends, only suspects." That's all right. Sounds like Avengers, the kind of Tara King era. Punch the Autobot. No, not punch. There you go. An interesting thing, grammatical error. It's like punch the Autobot. No, punch the Autobot transforms into Counterpunch the Decepticon to infiltrate enemy installations. Cool-headed, I robot a few words. Reveals little of his true self to either side. Maximum car mode speed, 160 mph. Uses twin motor launcher in Autobot mode and photon cannon in Decepticon mode. So that's all his stuff there. That's all that shit. All good. I'll put that out of the way. Now, what's so interesting? There's lots of interesting things about this guy. The unremarkable thing, and there is one unremarkable thing, is this mode. His fucking Nissan mode. His give up Nissan mode. It's not a Nissan, it's a Pontiac Fiero. It's not. It's a Nissan. Look at it. My God, it's the dullest bloody thing you ever seen. Underneath, not an awful lot, apart from yellow and fist, but that's okay. Yeah, he's a Nissan, isn't he? Bless him. His wheels turn, and he looks unremarkable. Moving on. I'll go to Autobot mode first of all. Will I? Yes, this is the thing, because the Autobot mode, it says in TF Wiki, I'll just read from the page a moment. The transformation of a Punch's robot mode depicted in the toy's instructions and animation is in fact not the way intended. It's not the intended transformation for the toy. And I'll show you why that is. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. So, let's get rid of the Nissan, shall we? So, let me see. There's lots of kind of odd jiggery pokery happen here. There's shit moving all the way forward, and so this kind of happens. So these and little feet come out like that. I am taking him into his Counterpunch mode first of all. He will stand nice and steady like that. You see, there's not much going on there. There's nothing massively interesting going on there. It's fine. We're going to do that, and it's good because you can kind of save the money shot till last. I like to call it the money shot. Oh, I remember this was a little tricky. Tricky to get his fist out of here. I think I have to use the weapon order. Yes. In order to make that happen. He is a little stiff, but he's an old boy like now these days. Forgot to look what series he was from. 1980 something or other. Can't really remember. Now, I think I'm gonna have to look at this page again. I do know how he transforms, obviously, but I'm a little concerned as to how his weapon might actually fit in his fist, because he's a funky little bot. Of course, I've picked the wrong arms. Of course, there's me saying, "Oh yes, I know everything about this guy," and I've picked the wrong arms. It's interesting because in this front part of the bot, in his hood, he's got two sets of arms, and they're very distinct. They are very different. And the one will work where the other won't, if you get my meaning. We'll take his Decepticon gun, which is a bungee launcher or something like that. I care not. And what we'll do is we'll take this little head all the way up. We open up that part, and come on, little head. all the way up to there like that. Before we go any further, this is a funky little bit of transformation that allows us to see the Decepticon rub symbol. Movement, yeah. Articulation, yeah. You know, it's fine. You kind of know by now. Don't ask when it comes to G1. There's a bit of shit going on here, but an awful lot of it is compromised in order to accommodate double bot. You know, it's just that's the way it goes. That's the way it was back in the day, and the rub symbol still works, I'm sure. Yeah, you can just about see. Where is the Decepticon? Well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. There he goes. This is the nice Decepticon. Now look at his little feet there. You can see on his feet, he has these little lumpy, bumpy things. Now they obviously have a purpose. They're not there to make him look cool, because they don't make him look cool. They make him look a bit like a jester. So there is a point to that. There is a point to that. Now the official on-screen transformation for punch, counterpunch, in order to take him from counterpunch to punch, is this. You got to take out his very strange little fist. I'm going to swap guns. So now we're on to his pajama missile launcher, whatever it's called. I'm actually going to use the Decepticon gun to take it out, because I think that once it's a little, yeah, that's a little better. And yeah, the person that pointed this out to me is a man who never lies. It's a man who knows everything, and that man is Christopher Aloysius McFeely, also known as McFeely. You know who I'm talking about. He'll be at Auto Assembly this year, and I hope you will be there as well. He actually knows. Well, he knows. I think he knows everything. So he pointed this out to me about punch, counterpunch, and I found it very, very interesting. Now this is the official transformation. Look at this. Well, we get rid of this Decepticon symbol first of all. Yeah. And now look at his little head. His head has been reversed, and all we do is we pull the little helmet back like that, and it reveals the head of the punch. Now look at his legs. Yes, he is a little reminiscent of Generation 1 Shrapnel or something like that. They are a little wanting. This is the official transformation, but this is not what the official transformation was intended to be. Right, let's get rid of this stuff first of all, because I don't like leg cavities. They just do not work for me. Right, that was the official transformation. This is what he was intended to be. You slide this along, because otherwise that has absolutely, sorry, where are you? You see that's where he was. This is where you need to be, because otherwise that sliding thing is redundant. And otherwise the little bumpy stays on his feet are also redundant. Now you pop those open like that, and you can see there are two little nubs there that fit very nicely, come on, in front of his legs. And they just allow it allows him to stand up nice and straight once again. Come on, you bad boy, just do your thing. Sorry, 1 second. Feels like I'm going to break him here, but I'm sure that's not the case. Oh God, actually, I'm not sure at all. Oh God, I'm struggling with this. I think I'm going to break my Generation 1 punch, counterpunch. Don't break, please. Please don't break on me. I shall be so sad. Oh God, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Live on screen. The breaking of a Generation 1 Transformer. You see all these little odd little fracture sounds that are happening. You see what I'm meant to be doing. I'm pulling the legs apart so that these little bits just are going to be in the front of the leg, so that the guy doesn't fall over. I'm scared. I'll be back in a minute. That was a relief. Yeah, it's probably because I actually display him in the official mode, which is not the intended mode. The official mode, like I say, is not the intended mode. So he is shorter. It makes him look shorter, and he's a different color. And you can see that now these nubs actually do come into play, because they will allow, these little ridges, will allow the bot to stand up properly. That is how he was intended to be. And I don't display him like that, which probably accounts for the fact that he was a little stiff in the movement. But as you can see there, you can see those little the blue extra bits here and here were obviously intended to stop it falling forward here. So this is the original intended design for Punch. He is a very, very nice little bot, a very, very odd little bot with two very distinct robot modes and some kind of weird ass personality and the dullest alt mode you've ever seen. I mean, a Nissan. Come on. Good night.
Now that's what